Welcome back to Level Headed Gamer. My name is Joseph, and today is the second day of Outriders Legendary Armor Week. Today we get a look at a Devastator's armor called Deathproof. It's basically going to enhance one of the newer abilities we've never seen, Boulder Dash. I want to jump right into it so you can see what I'm talking about, and let's break down the armor and all its pieces to see what kind of playstyle it's going to favor. I think what we need to start with is the new ability we've never seen. It's called Boulder Dash. As you can see, it's really freaking cool. The way you can kind of run up or push off obstacles or push up from the ground to slam down and basically smash a couple of enemies in your way. And the ability itself, you can tell it's going to be a close quarters ability, right? But it's only going to be enhanced by the mods. Let's start with a Deathproof Mask, right? The first mod we got is a level tier 3 mod called Primal Weakness. Boulder Dash permanently reduces resistance of all damaged enemies by 50%, meaning if you hit somebody with the Boulder Dash, all those hit with it and that didn't die, obviously the resistances go down by 50%, so it's going to be easier to deal damage on them. With the second mod we got is Primal Chain Gun. Boulder Dash. Every enemy damaged by the skill increases your weapon damage by 20% for 5 seconds and stacks up to 5 times, which means, let's say if you're up close character, you have a shotgun, you smash down on them, increases weapon damage, just start smashing them, start shooting them with the rounds, and then again perform another Boulder Dash and just keep stacking it over and over and over, kind of increasing your damage overall, right? Jesus Christ, this is going to be I mean, yes, he's a tank, but he's going to be dealing out some serious damage, my dear God. Next, I want to move on to the Deathproof Chest armor. Here, let's see what kind of mods we got here. And it says increase duration of reflect bullets. Increase the skill's duration by 40%. Reflect bullets, as I'm going to show you again for those that forgot, is just the ability to shield yourself from incoming fire and then shoot it back at enemies, which I think is good for mid-range, long-range, or up close. But in this kind of situation, let's say when you're recharging or you need a little bit of health or you need a little breathing room, I think reflect bullets is going to work really well, and the fact that duration lasts even longer is even better. But we have a second mod here, Primal Armor. Boulder Dash, double your armor when the skill ends for 10 seconds. Again, it just kind of reinforces this tanky but insane amount of damage approach of this character in general, and it seems like he's really going to be a beast. It's not been one of the characters I've been following, to be honest. I'm usually never play as a tank in looter shooters myself, but he does look interesting. As if before I had zero interest in Devastator, I'm actually getting excited for the possibilities of what you can create with him. But guys, let's move on to the next one. The next one's going to be Deathproof Leg Armor. Here we got two mods. We got the first level tier 3 mod, Not Impressed, which reduces the damage taken from elites by 20%, which is great. Of course, in the end game, when you're going to be fighting big enemies, you want to make sure you could survive there along with everything else that you got. As well as the mod Auto Reflect. Reflect bullets, you can now fight while the skill is active, but you cannot manually deactivate the skill. It only negates 50% of the damage. So wait, it basically changes the way Reflect bullets behaves from the onset, right? If before you have to block incoming fire and kind of stand still, now you actually you could fire from that position. Obviously you can't choose when you fire back at enemies, but still it's a nice way to kind of give yourself a little bit of shield, shoot back some of the enemies back at shoot some of the damage back at the enemies, and at the same time keep yourself alive. Again, it's something that I'm going to reiterate a lot of times. It just reinforces a very tanky, very high damage build. I gotta say, guys, in general, the legendary armor in this game, it really at the foundation changes the way some of the skills behave. They weren't joking about that. They really change how the skills behave and how your playstyle is going to change. It's not just like a small numbers game. There's real tangible effects that you can feel. Yeah, whether it's more spikes coming out of the ground, something recharges just so much faster, and it's very clear what's happening. It's not some arbitrary number you have to figure out by testing. They tell you exactly what's going to happen, so you have a much easier time tailoring the character to what you want it to be. Let's move on to Deathproof Foot Gear. That's the last piece of armor we got here, and the first mod we got here is Life of the Party. Incoming damage is reduced by 5% for each enemy in close range. Stacks up to 8 times. Again, as this being a close range character, being a tank build, it's just kind of increasing armor, survivability, healing, just shielding. It's in general trying to make sure this character can be in the thick of it, fighting, dealing damage, and not having to worry about dying if you're being smart about it. With the second mod we got here is Primal Constitution. Boulder Dash. Each enemy you damage increases your maximum health by 300% for 10 seconds. Guys, for all those Devastators out there, I think you guys can have a wonderful time. And that's only one legendary armor set we got here. But let's not forget, we also have an armor set bonus. Something I didn't notice last time, it takes 3 pieces to activate the bonus, but there's a total of 5 pieces, right? They only reveal 4 pieces per these videos, and I've went over all 4 of them, but it looks like we never got to look at the hands. We'll see what it's going to be like as well. But the bonus is reduced cooldown of Boulder Dash by 90%. So it's basically going to be near instantaneous activation of this skill. So you're just going to see a bunch of Devastators just charging at enemies left and right, just blasting them with shotguns. I almost see like shotgun or a light machine gun is probably going to be the favorite for this character in terms of weapons. But we'll have to see, obviously, once we get into the nitty-gritty of it. And that's basically it. Again, you know how I like to make these videos. I like to make them straight and to the point. I don't like to waste your time. We went over each piece of gear, and I give you my opinion how I think the build is going to play, or the general the way the character is going to be changed just a little bit. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this kind of deep dive into Outsiders, make sure to subscribe down below. We're going to keep going with releasing a lot of Outriders content, as well as other games as well. But it seems to be this is one of the games I really want to focus on, because I'm really excited for this game, and I cannot wait for the demo. Let me know down below if you're going to be a Devastator, and at the same time, are you excited about the information we've been revealed today? And tune in tomorrow for another video. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.